Hi, Ray Potter with American Heritage Outfitters back again, and I'm here with Nick Mackey, top guide and scout in Illinois and Iowa. He does most of his guiding and scouting in Iowa and knows the farm out there better than I do. And Nick, why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience this year in turkey hunting? We had quite a few. I think you had 6 birds down.
Yeah, we had a really good success this year. Even though we had a long, hard winter, we really thought the winter kill was going to be pretty bad. We really weathered through that really well. Maybe a few jakes were down, but for the most part, what a phenomenal season we had. First season, we had over 30 birds around us at any given time, different birds. And we had myself, I got my first bow kill in first season there in April, and
With his Bowtech.
with my Bowtech bow, Allegiance, and did a really good success. My brother-in-law got his second turkey he's ever shot, and my grandpa got his third turkey he's ever shot in his entire life. So it was really quite an achievement for me personally, as well as for everybody else. We had 2 guys from Arkansas come up, Robert and Don, and we weren't out in the woods for 4 hours, if that, and they had 2 birds and called in a double. So it was a really good season. I had a phenomenal time, and hope you guys can join us in the future.
Tell them about the 5 Amigos.
Yeah, we have what we call the 5 Amigos. They come down together, come off the roost together, and they just clear out the entire bottom that we were hunting on. It's like a gunfight almost. They just right in a line, nobody breaks the line, and they just sweep the entire bottom until every tom's out of their way, and they have all the hens to themselves. So it was pretty funny and really amazing to watch something like that of that nature. Now there's only 4, but still plenty of birds.
We need a replacement Amigo there.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll find their Amigo here this fall, but definitely some dominant birds, some big birds.
And many of the questions that come up when the guys call in wondering about hunting is how many birds do you have on a farm? And I think I know the Illinois farm better than I know Iowa. So I kind of guesstimated at about 1,200 birds in Iowa, and I said there's at least 80 to 100 toms. And when I called and checked, Nick kind of laughed. He said, yeah, there's well over 100 toms there. So,
Oh, absolutely.
one of our goals on both farms has been to reduce the number of turkeys so we don't get overpopulated, because they've been growing. Well, occasionally we try to stay out of the woods when they're nesting, but we have stumbled upon a couple of nests with 14 plus eggs in them. So that's a lot of new turkeys every year, so we're trying to watch out. And whenever we come out of the woods with a dead bird, a harvested bird, any farmer that's doing any of the farming in the area will always congratulate us and clap his hands and say, good, they're not going to be picking my corn out this year. So
Absolutely. We got plenty of birds, folks. Come on down and visit us, American Heritage Outfitters. Owner Ray Potter here and the guide Nick Mackey here in Iowa.
And I will say also, in Illinois this year, we had another 6 hunters, 7 actually. There were 2 brothers who got kind of messed up on a lease, and the 2 of them came together, and one of them just had his knee replaced. So it was a hustle for me. They called me only a couple of weeks before the season, and I had to scout a couple of areas that were easy for him to get into. And unfortunately, because of his incapacity, he couldn't really get in as quickly as he thought, and they might have gotten busted. So they didn't get on birds the first day, and the birds were there, they just didn't follow the patterns they've been following every day before that. And so the brother with the knee replacement did not make it the following day, and I put his brother Jerry into a second location, and not even an hour into the hunt he got his first turkey, while I was out guiding another hunter who had never turkey hunted before on his second day. And that fella actually shot one 10 minutes later, a big bird, nice 24-pounder, 11-inch beard and 1.25-inch spurs. He was ecstatic. And then the Iowa fellas came over to the farm after Nick finished with them, and we weren't even in the. I walked them into the first location, And we were in there at 4 o'clock in the morning. These guys were turkey tacticians, and one step away from snipers. And I'm telling you, these guys these were the best turkey hunters I've ever known. They could call a turkey in using a ballpoint pen if they wanted to. And I got them in at 4 o'clock in the morning. Said it was a little noisy in the woods. I said, I'm backing out to the field and you guys hang in. I'm going to go have a nap. And I woke up just after the turkey started strutting and come down from the roost, and bang, there was the first one down. The turkeys went exactly where they told the fellows they were going to go, and they let them go through, and they tracked them to the next finger in the cornfield. And we call him the big guy, Don, out of Arkansas. I can't tell you what he said, but he said, man, that turkey come running across that field like a big old woman. And he just took that one down, and that happened to be a 26-pound bird with 1.5-inch spurs and an 11-inch beard. It was a beauty. So, and then the next morning, it happened again. Robert had a second tag, took him back into one of my other favorite spots. I basically got out to my truck and drove to a scouting location to glass for them in case they weren't successful. I didn't even get to the location. They had another bird down at 6:15 in the morning. So they walked out of Iowa and Illinois with a total of 5 birds, went on to Buffalo County, Wisconsin, and got 2 more birds down, and called me and wrote a couple of letters and thank yous to me, and I think we're going to be lifetime friends.
Quite classy guys.
Really, really cool. Really cool. So we had a fun year. A lot of 2 and 3 hour sleep nights. I'm kind of glad it's over, but everybody wants to come back, and that's the best news of all. So thank you, Nick.
Thanks, Rick.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you.
American Heritage Outfitters, your connection to a great Midwest hunt in Illinois and Iowa. Contact Ray Potter at 855-626-6900 and visit our website at AmericanHeritageOutfitters.com. To check out the latest videos from American Heritage Outfitters, subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/user/AM Heritage Outfitters.